Hello, today we are going to study about the topic XML. XML, what is XML and all those things. Mainly this thing has been taken from W3 schools. It is already very much dedicated for mainly this type of web page learning. From that I have taken the document. And first of all, let me say what do we mean by the XML. XML, the full form of XML is mainly Extensible Markup Language. And what happens, it is a markup language similar to that of the HTML, but it is different from that. Mainly it carries the data and or not only display the data. It does not display the data. It is not meant for just displaying the data. Okay. And tags are not here predefined, whereas in HTML we have already seen in my video of HTMLs that they have their own tags. Okay, and the tags are also self-descriptive. The main difference between is that it is XML is not a replacement for HTML. Okay, so this one is not a replacement for HTML, and mainly different goal is that it is mainly XML is mainly meant for transport and storing of data, whereas HTML how it will look like, the data looks like, it focuses on that one in HTML. So now I come to one of the most important part, an example of HTML, that is a note. This one is the note is started. This one is not defined from predefined one. We can declare it as note. Then 2 is there, 2 from tab to from Jenny. A note has been given to a tab, that the heading is a reminder, and the body, don't forget me this weekend, has been given here. But still this XML document does not do anything. Within the tag, it is either we have to use JavaScript or any other things to extract the things from here. XML is used nowadays in many things, such as in app development. Also in Android I have learned some in some places XML is required there also. And also it is present in NetBeans also, like that. So there is so this one is not act as a replacement for HTML. XML is not an replacement. It is very important because it is a software and hardware independent tool. So we can able to give the information, we can place the information from one place to another place. We can change it also and display it dynamically. We can use this XML files. XML here also written that XML separates data from HTML. Okay, concentrate this way. XML data can be stored in a separate XML file. You can concentrate on HTML and CSS. Few lines of JavaScript I have said already. JavaScript can update. I will show one JavaScript how it can be up. You can read an external XML and update the data content of the web page. Okay, and XML simplifies the data sharing, since it does not in the real world different types of systems are there. Okay, but they may be compatible, but here this one is software and hardware independent, and it is only just a text format, just so it is very easy to transport. XML simplifies data transport to exchange data between incompatible types. Same thing they have written here. And also complexity has been reduced here. And XML simplifies the platform changes. Any platform, it can works in any platform, hardware or software, any platform. Incompatible type of data is often lost, and XML data is stored in text. That is the most important feature of this XML. XML tree, we will go through XML tree. Let us understand a little difference between Unicode and UTF. Unicode actually means the decimal numbers, such as A, 65, 67, and 60. A means ASCII code of A is 65. Such as hello, it has the codes like 104. 100 means H is 104. ASCII value of E is 101, like this. Okay, this one is capital A and this one is smaller one. Smaller one starts from 97, around like that. And whereas the UTF is hello will be in binary format. Direct 104, when converted to binary, it will come to 0110 100. Okay, like this. These are being mentioned. UTF. Mainly we can use two different types of UTF codes, that is Unicode and UTF. One of them is UTF-8, and UTF-8 code has been given here. This is the version 1 is given here, and same thing has been given here, a note, and here to and from, Jenny, and heading, body, all these parts are there. Mainly we have to understand the tree structure. The tree structure is mainly, see that at the top, this one is the starting root, we can call it as a root. Then we have a child, then we may have a child and a sub child of that one, which can be explained from this small example very easily. So mainly a bookstore is present, and what happens within the bookstore, there is a book category, cooking, about cooking, one thing has been given, and within that the title of the book is this one is mainly the child, and within that these four tags are mainly for the sub child. Title is there, author is there, year is there, and price is there, and book has been ended here. So and the bookstore contains of many books. 3 books are present there, cooking, children, and web book is also present there. So it has been written in this manner, where sub child is also present and child is also present. Okay. The root element we have understand about the bookstore is mainly the root element, and I have already said these things. Okay, and there must some syntax rules we must follow about XML, that is anything which have in HTML maybe that sometimes BR, HR, all these things does not have an ending tag, but in XML all tags must be included. Also case sensitive. In HTML it may occur that here message is written, message is written here, it will not follow, the tags must be of in both sides, it should be same. That means if it is started with smaller m, then it will be ended with also smaller m, and XML elements property must be properly nested. That one is nested means here in HTML it may not be nested, since it has been started with bold and then italic comes, but bold has been ended beforehand, whereas italic has been ended later on. But this one will not be followed in XML. It should follow the rules. If it is started with bold, it will be ended with bold, and the second element is there, and it will be ended first, such as brackets, first bracket, second bracket, like that things. And also the root element is there. Some of the escape sequence are also used here. If salary is greater than 100, which cannot be, we have to use the escape sequence, that is ampersand LT semicolon. We have seen these escape sequences already in HTML. Less than, then GT, greater than, ampersand, apostrophe, all these things has to be followed. Okay, there are some more elements which has not been covered here, just it has been given here, some of the parts, predefined entity references, elements, what we call the element. And element, XML element, we have already learned about HTML element, which concludes of tag, starting tag, and including all the things, and up to the ending tag. Similarly here also, everything from the starting tag to the elements end tag. It can be other elements also, subchild and all those things, text also, and also attributes, or a mix of all of them. Okay, here we have written a book, and category is the attribute of it. Children type of books is this one, it is Harry Potter, and J.K. Rowling has written it, and in the year of 2005. So this category can be written like this. Also it can be created as a subchild. So XML element, this is an information. If we want to see it like this, we will able to see this one. Let me show one example of it. So this one is a note. So about the note, abc.xml, let me see this one. So this one is allowed the block element, blocking allowing it, so it looks like this. Okay, now when we display it, when we will display it with the help of some JavaScript and all those things, then it will be changed. So attributes we have already mentioned, it must be in quoted one, okay. It or like this, either double quotation or single quotation must be present, such as person, sex is male, and first name is Andrew and last name is Smith, okay. So in this manner we can do viewing an XML, which I have already viewed and show you. Now how many types of XML documents are there? There are mainly two types of documents. One of them is well formed XML and another one is valid XML. So which one is called well formed XML? Well formed XML first comes. A well formed XML must have a root element, it must have a closing tag also. Case sensitive already we have shown, means all the rules which has been syntax rules must be followed by XML, then that is called a well formed XML. So root element must present, a closing tag must present, it must be case sensitive, and it must be properly nested, and the attributes must be coded, okay. So this one is called mainly the well formed XML. Another thing is document definition type. What type of document is? For standardization we have used this one. So this one is called document type definition. How there are different type of type definition in schema format also, and mainly we follow mainly in our syllabus we have DTD. So this is document type definition. DTD is called. A valid XML is an XML which contains a well formed XML as well as also have the follow the rules of the DTD. That means which I have said about the DTD. So here what happens, if this is an XML, then its DTD will be see that note is there, then within note 2 from heading, body, all these things are present. So from there DTD defines the structure of the XML document, such as document doc type is note, and then element note 2 from heading, body, and all those things, element 2 hash PC data. PC data means if data is there, since under 2 there is tab is present, under from there is Jany is present, and under heading there is reminder is present, and under note there is 2 from heading, note heading and body is present. So these things are written here. So from this we can have a clear idea about this type. This one defines the root element. Document is of note type. What type of document? Mainly the root type is of note, okay. And other things are 2 from that one I have already said, and PC data means the text which will be remain within it, okay. So PC data is actually means parsable text data. So let me see some of the examples. Actually I have created some example, but it is not running what I called in my browser. Some problem may occur. So first of all let me show you from where we are doing this one. This is a book.xml, and the book has the category. I have already shown one book. Book category is cooking, and everyday Italian, author someone something, blah blah blah, all these things are there. Then category children, Harry Potter is there, web, xquery, quick start, okay. We want to just get the title one only, okay. So how we will code here? Here already this thing is showing from, I am showing it from W3 schools. You can get it easily in the DOM structure, okay. And I am just showing this second part, the length property, with the help of that we have written whatever may be the PID and demo is there, and then script has been started within the body. So an HTTP request has been created, and this function has been called, okay. My function, this has been called, and the response when we run it, we will see the everyday Italian, Harry Potter, quick start, learning XML, all these things are coming. So if I since this one is a loop has been running on, and it is child node value is getting out, child node value 0, then the value will become increase, I plus plus occur, and it will become 1 2 like this, okay. So now if I just reduce the length by 1, see that what will happen. Reduce the length, then learning XML will be vanished, okay. So it is occurring. So now you can understand about this one. You can just practice like this. Harry Potter has been here, everyday Italian will be removed, and learning XML has come. So I came to an end of XML, an idea about XML, but XML is a very important thing, not only for the semester, but nowadays many features of XML are used along with different apps development and also for web development. So just have an idea of XML. Okay, and that's all from me.